Oh, okay, guys. This is my first review in a few months, I believe. I haven't been doing them because of work. I gotta get a new job, maybe, or I gotta do something because come home I'm all burnt. But anyway, so today's review is gonna be about the book, The Pillars of the Earth. I think it's by a guy named Ken Follett. Don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure who it's by. But I think it was made in like the late '80s. But if you like Game of Thrones, this is like the ultimate. I think. I mean, I haven't read all the Game of Thrones books. I've only seen about a season and a half of the show because I haven't been able to catch up. I don't have the services to watch it. I do have HBO, but unfortunately they don't show the previous seasons except for season 3. So I'm a little bummed about that because it's a great show. But Pillars of the Earth. Okay, this is a book that's over 1,000 pages long. I mean, it took me about a week to read when I was on vacation, like in 2011. There's also a mini series based on it with 8 episodes on Showtime. So if you have a chance to watch that somehow, it's excellent. It doesn't follow the book entirely faithfully, but they do cover most of the major plot points, and I think they did a pretty decent job. The acting is phenomenal, the directing is great. Just the story in the book is just so rich and so it's like mwah, it's just beautiful. So back to the Pillars of the Earth. What's it about? Basically, it has a lot of interweaving stories, but you basically have this small kind of family. This guy that's struggling. He meets up with this woman who's been exiled, kind of, and they accuse her of being a witch. And then they they meet up and they have a relationship and. They go to a monastery. There's a lot of stuff that happens. But basically, there's castles and there's thrones, as in Game of Thrones, and it's all about the good versus evil and bad people and good people. There's villains, there's heroes, and it's just very fascinating, interesting. I mean, the monastery doesn't get too religious, but it gets it's just very it's done incredibly well. I highly recommend it. It's probably my favorite book of all time. I don't read too many books, but this book, I couldn't put it down. And 1,000+ pages. I mean, seriously, that's like 3 books or four or 2.5 books, so mostly if you read, big books too. So highly recommend checking it out. I give it an A+. It's one of my favorite books of all time. The Joey's definitely in the pouch in this one, and I don't know else more to say other than definitely check it out. I'm leaving for Israel for 10 days, so I feel like I've had to get do some review. I would prefer doing a movie, but the movies I've seen lately, I haven't. I kind of forget a little bit because I've seen it so long ago. Like I want to do X-Men. I might still do X-Men. I might read about it just to get caught up back on the plot details because so much is going on in that movie. But that movie was tremendous. So if I do a review of it, it's going to be positive. Negative reviews, I haven't really seen anything that's been too crappy. I usually research about movies before I watch them, so that's why they're usually good. But it is fun to rip apart movies if they're bad because if you have the budget to make a movie, you should put forth your best effort and you should make sure it's entertaining at least. As long as you connect with an audience and you care about your material, then it should be good. It could be simple or it could be a big budget, low budget. But anyway, so that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Very vague. It's a long book, but basically, it deals with the pillars of the earth. You have this monastery and these people that are monks, and then you have people that have authority, like knights and authority and kings, and they're all trying to gain power, or they're all trying to maintain peace or power, and vice versa. And then you have the assholes that are trying to mess with the monastery for whatever reasons, and it's just a tremendous read. You'll love it if you check it out. So anyway, that concludes my review, and I can't wait to go to Israel, and I'll see you guys when I get back. When I get back, I promise to be more reviews, and as well as music on SoundCloud. If you haven't already, I have 2 songs, basically with the same song. One is with me singing, which is kind of hilarious. I think there's moments where I have potential, but for the most part, it's borderline mediocre. But if you want to laugh out of it, it's you go to Joseph Snyder. For SoundCloud.com, and there'll be two links for the same song. One they're played differently, but one has singing, one doesn't. Anyway, that's it. Have a great week, a great 10 days, a great life, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.